Tonight.
Bro, this show fucking sucks, Jake.
Who even watched this shit?
Wait. It gets better after the 27th season.
Tonight on NPR News.
I'm pretty sure we're getting sued.
Tonight, on a very special episode of Kitchen Table Cable, we're here to remove any doubts about removal in Commander for you. I'm Rafa.
I don't know why Jason just... Dude,
Every time I look at Rob, I want to fucking burst.
he just kept going. Rafa was just not stopping.
So
So
look
all
at
we're
me,
all we're gonna
Look
hear
at
is
the camera.
all we're gonna hear is. All right.
Tonight, on a very special episode of Kitchen Table Cable.
Now just keep going.
Okay, one
God
last
damn
time.
it.
I'm good.
Chase.
I'm good.
Tonight, on a very special episode of Kitchen Table Cable, we're here to remove any doubts you had about removal in Commander. I'm Rafa.
I'm ready.
And I'm Jace. And today, well, just like Rafa said, we are talking about removal, the different kinds of removal, what removal you should be running, and the removal you shouldn't.
Not
Stuff out. That card's bad.
not the different kinds of removal.
What kinds of removal are we talking
Single
about?
target removal.
Single target
Single
removal.
target
That
removal.
is
Single
our,
target removal.
Single target.
That is our target for today.
Our target audience.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. My little brother went missing in Target. Still haven't found him in 9 years.
Okay. All right. So, let's start off, Jace. First topic. Why is removal important?
Well, see, removal important for a lot of reasons, right?
We just lived that word. Removal important.
Removal important.
God damn it, Jace.
Kinda.
Removal important.
Well, removal is important for a lot of reasons. And the main reason is, well, you don't want to fucking die to your opponent's coma, right? Like,
Yeah, but Kuma gets indestructible.
okay, well, you
Bad
don't want to
example.
die to their...
Yeah, you can exile it.
That's
man.
true.
You don't want to die to your opponent's stuff. You want to be able to do your things and then not be interrupted by your opponents just fucking killing you out of nowhere, right?
You'd also want to, kill your opponents, like win conditions and
Stuff like
protection
that,
pieces
yeah,
as well.
protection
Yeah,
pieces.
yeah.
Maybe get blockers out of the way. That's also a good use for removal, right?
See, not a lot of people do that anymore.
Get blockers out of the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody really
That's-
attacks
no,
anymore.
That's true. Yeah, most people don't rely on the combat step anymore.
They should. It's very
I
very
agree that they
powerful.
should. I agree that they should.
Mhm.
I love winning through combat.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
satisfying.
But okay, so let's go into the specific set of importance.
Go ahead.
Right. So obviously, we kind of mentioned a few different things, right? But so why? I lost my train of thought. We have to back it up there a little bit. Okay, so I had something going too.
You're good.
I had something going
He
too.
was cooking.
All right, Marissa, roll it back.
Marissa, roll it back.
So okay, so importance of removal. Let's talk about the different types of, not types of removal, but types of targets.
Okay.
Right. So
Okay, targets.
to cover for importance, right? Because obviously you have creature kill spells or
Yeah.
exile spells or whatever. You have ways to deal with creatures. You have ways to deal with artifacts that may be stopping you, stacks pieces,
Yeah.
combo pieces, whatever that may be, enchantments, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So let's talk about a little bit about the difference of those and like how we decide what we want to play.
I mean, it really, I don't know. I feel like you should have at least one piece for each, excluding Planeswalker. That's the type I see the least
Okay.
when I play Commander, unless like someone at your local store is playing their Atraxa Super Friends deck,
Sure.
or their what is it? The God Bridge? Is that what it's called?
Prismatic
Asika.
Bridge.
Prismatic
Yeah,
Bridge.
Prismatic
Bridge. Yeah.
A lot of people do Planeswalkers with that. So like if
Right.
you see a lot of Planeswalkers, of course you'll put more Planeswalker removal in
Right.
in your decks, but you're going to see artifacts and enchantments, and especially creatures. There's very few Planeswalkers that can be commanders. I don't think there's any other, very many other kinds of things that can be not creatures in the command zone. Extus
Exodus, the
is-
spell on
is-
the back end,
is
right?
my favorite one. But,
Yorn.
okay,
Yorn,
Yorn
the
is
staff.
an artifact.
The
Right,
the
the
new
staff.
adventure lady.
Yeah, she
The
is a
adventure,
sorcery.
okay.
There you go.
Sure.
So like
Sure.
that's still like a handful of things. So you're going to run into creatures a lot.
Right, primarily.
And wanting to remove mostly your opponent's commanders, but there are
Right.
other things like you said, other win conditions, stacks pieces.
Okay, so you're saying you want a minimum of one to hit each of those targets.
Yeah.
Is that where you draw the line? You say one of each,
At
or
least one.
you just say
At
minimum?
least
I want
one.
one spell that deals with a creature,
Mhm.
and not necessarily kills, but deals with a creature in a good way. One spell that deals with an artifact or multiple artifacts or whatever, and then enchantment, and you want minimum one for everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
This
And
kind
Okay.
of goes into C episode 2, but how many removal spells do you
Okay.
guys think you're running in each of your decks? How many would you guys
Okay.
say? I'd say, on average, I'm running about 5 removal spells in my decks.
It depends on the deck. Depends
Yeah.
on what the deck wants to do and how resilient it is without it. But I would say minimum single target removal. I would say minimum, probably 5 to 7 would be my guess. It's probably where I put the line. Now, to be fair, I love modal spells.
I do love
Right,
modal
love
spells.
modal
Love
spells or
K
spells that
command.
may not necessarily seem like they're modal, but can be modal.
I got you.
Right, and so it's like a really bad example is Path to Exile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, really bad example is Path to Exile because it is one of the best removal spells in the game. Exiles a creature, cool. They get a land, or I can rant myself. Really bad idea. Don't use it for that. But
I mean,
it's possible.
If you need to, if you really need to, if you have an expendable
Really?
creature.
But yeah, so like I
Yeah.
try to overlap that and have at least 7 ways to deal with stuff
Mhm.
within and that could be 4 cards because of how modal they are, or it could be 7 individual cards or whatever.
And usually when you get into modal spells, sometimes that bleeds into the multi-target
Yeah.
removal, which will be its own separate episode.
Right.
But in single target removal, I don't know. At minimum, I have 3.
Okay.
Minimum is 3 for me. There's a creature removal, there's an artifact and enchantment,
Okay.
and I don't know if we ever put this on our list, but Graveyard Hate. I consider that as
Ooh, okay.
removal as well.
Sure, I agree, especially when you're playing against certain decks, Muldrotha, Marin, that
Any-
kind of stuff.
any-
Anything that
any-
plays with the graveyard, and
yeah.
and most decks can make use of the graveyard in some way.
Yeah.
So I would say graveyard removal probably falls into there too.
I should have a Soul Guide Lantern in almost every commander deck.
Soul Guide Lantern is so good.
It draws you a card if you don't need it,
so
and
good.
it kills a graveyard if you do. It's Relic Progenitus.
Play
But
Bajuka Bog in every black deck, regardless. Every black deck plays Bog.
I wouldn't say every black deck.
Okay, maybe not CEDH.
No,
but if
well,
it's
not
not
even that.
CEDH,
I would say
I'm pretty sure every black deck should play Bog.
I'd
There's
put
no
Bog.
downside to it.
Yes, there is. It comes
What's-
like that.
Okay, sure, but it's graveyard hate on a stick. And if
The-
I'm playing black and I play Bog, I don't have to worry about another card for graveyard hate.
the downside for me is that if I draw it early when I don't need it,
Yes,
Sure.
so-
if I have
That's
to play it
true.
as my first or second land drop, it's a tap land. I mean that doesn't really matter in casual.
Which you
Commander,
don't want to
but-
play on turn
and-
4 or turn 5.
Yeah,
so
you
that
don't want
makes
to play it
sense.
because like if there's nothing in the yard,
Yeah.
it feels like it's wasted its potential. If you have no way to bounce it, there is that because.
Right.
I don't know if I think I mentioned this on another episode. I don't think I have a Bog in my mono black deck.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
seems
and
bad.
It's not. It hasn't come up as a big problem, but it's just one of the things like I don't think it's there.
I don't.
Okay.
Personally, I don't like Bog.
Why?
I just
Just
don't.
because it comes on play tap?
It's slow and it's
Just 'cause
never
it comes in
it's
playtime?
never when you need it, right? Because most of the time,
Ah.
at least in our games, I feel like it's a turn behind because they're going to entomb and then immediately reanimate. And what the fuck is your sorcery speed Bajuka Bog going to do against that?
Okay, sure. It's fine.
Okay, I agree with the
You know.
second part of that. Of,
I do agree with the second part of that.
It comes in too
Sure.
late or too early for me, which is why I'm hesitant on Bog. That's why I used to shove Scavenger Grounds into my decks all the
See,
time.
I don't-
love Scavenger
I don't
Grounds.
like
And I
Scavenger
don't like
Grounds.
Scavenger Grounds anymore because it's
don't.
a colorless land.
Well, that's not what I don't like about it. I don't like that it exiles my graveyard as well.
That
Because
is
it
true.
exiles
That-
all graveyards.
Mhm.
Right, and that's the downside to it. Now,
Yeah.
sure, if you're not planning to mess with your graveyard at all, or whatever, okay, cool, then it's
Mhm.
good and it can go in any deck. But for the most part, yeah, I don't really play it.
True. Most of the colorless lands in my deck I started to cut. That's a
Yeah.
discussion for another time, but that's why
Yeah.
I started cutting Scavenger Grounds, is because it's colorless and
Colorless
it did get my
does make a
graveyard, too.
difference, yeah, it does make a
So
difference.
Soul
but-
Guide Lantern is it goes into there, but we'll get into the specifics later.
Yeah. So,
Anyways,
okay, so we need to be able to hit at least one of everything.
Mhm.
Minimum, we all kind of agree there.
Yeah.
Right, we have some range of 4 to 7-ish or something like that. So, okay, so I guess with that being said, how do you evaluate what removal to play? Like, do you look at what your deck does and you go, okay, cool. If I'm a combo deck and I play 4 creatures on my deck or whatever, I need to make sure I have more creature removal because I'm not going to have ways to block or trade or anything like that? Like is that all kind of stuff that goes into it?
I mean, 100%. And usually, I lump removal into the. There it goes. I lump removal into the staples package.
Okay.
A
Sure.
lot of the time.
Sure.
Unless I have like there are mechanics and there are keywords and things that work with my deck that I'm already playing. So like if I have like 3 cards that like exile something from a graveyard to do something, then I'm not going to play any more graveyard hit because I already have a lot of those things that would already benefit.
You're scavenging ooze
Yeah,
and your lion sash and
Yeah,
sure.
no, same thing like
Death
artifact or enchantment creature removal. Like if I have a lot of those edict effects, what are they called? Borderland Marauder and Merciless Executioner, all those guys.
Fleshback Marauder.
That's what
Oh,
it is.
okay,
Not
yeah.
Borderland Marauder.
ETB, everybody
Yeah.
sacks a creature type.
I'm
Okay,
not
yeah,
going to
sure.
play as many creature removal spells
Agreed.
because I have them and they work with my deck.
Right.
And then
right. Okay.
in deck building, if I'm running low on slots, like if I'm at like 97 cards, I go, okay, I could use one more Nature's Claim
Okay.
or one more
Sure.
piece of creature removal, something like that.
Okay.
Now, part of the
Sure.
discussion for me is efficiency versus versatility, right?
Ooh, I love this
That's a good-
discussion.
I love this discussion, but
Okay.
a good example
Okay.
is Generous Gift versus Path to Exile / Swords to Plowshares, right? Generous Gift is 3 mana,
Okay.
and if Blanket hits everything,
Any permanent,
besides
sure.
indestructible stuff,
Any
right?
permanent.
But that
Okay.
doesn't matter.
Well, you can still target it.
You can still
You
target
can
it,
just give him
right?
an elephant. That's nice. That is
pretty good.
generous.
It is
That is
generous.
generous. Right? That is Blanket, gets everything. 3 mana instant speed. It's a great card, super versatile.
Okay.
But Swords to Plowshares is 1 mana. And it's just super, super efficient. So you have to have these little battles to yourself
Yeah.
in your
That
head.
is
Like,
true. I think in this day and age, you do have to be really picky
Agreed.
because we'll talk about this.
I think it's a bad example because you're never cutting path.
No,
But
no.
the discussion is there. Sure.
I'd rather
Well,
play
play-
swords over
yeah.
path. If I have to
Yeah.
play
Or
one or
did
the
you
other.
say? Sorry, did you say
Say
swords?
swords.
Okay,
Swords.
swords. You're never cutting swords over playing white,
Yeah.
obviously. But yeah, I agree that is definitely a discussion. I personally prefer versatility.
That's
Generally,
why, yeah.
unless we're playing CEDH, and then of course you have to be as efficient as possible.
Yeah.
So that that. But in a regular casual game, I generally prefer versatility over efficiency.
That's why I really like. What is the card? I think it's Return to Nature. It's a mono spell. It's one of the green.
So kill an artifact,
enchantment,
kill an enchantment,
or
or
a card from
exile
the graveyard.
a card from
that
graveyard.
card's good.
And so I
fantastic.
used to play
One of
Nature's
the green
Claim in
instant.
every deck.
Okay.
I still probably do in every of my
Right.
green decks, but I also started putting that in because it yoinks a card from the graveyard.
I like that one. I like the AFR one too. So you find a cursed
yeah,
idol,
that
that one
one's
make a treasure
cursed
too,
idol.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Love Boseiji.
That one is sweet.
It's great.
And so like being picky, like I have an example where I'm not that picky. In my league deck, I'm playing Generous Gift, Beast Within, and Stroke of Midnight
Okay.
as my
sure.
removal because they all hit permanents.
Any
The Stroke of
permanent?
Midnight hits a non-land permanent, which is the
Right.
new one from Wilds of Eldraine.
Yeah, that's so good.
I'm also still playing swords just because most
Swords is
most of the
so
time
good. Exile's so good.
Exile is
Life
really
doesn't matter.
it's really relevant. Yeah, especially in that's a go wide Voltron kind of deck.
Mhm.
So
Now that is an Aura's deck. Have you considered playing Darksteel Mutation and its brothers and sisters?
I am
love-
playing Darksteel Mutation and Kenny's Gift.
Kenner's
Ooh,
Transformation.
Transformation.
Okay.
And they trigger off all those new.
Song of the Dryads was
draw
just
card.
reprinted, man.
Yeah, but that one
Good.
no one has opened Commander
I
Master.
have one. I have one in my box right
Well,
now.
I'm not gonna find
That's,
it.
I guess that's probably true.
I also
Not
have
in-
to be.
not in
well,
that
I mean,
box,
that's
in
that's
my-
the thing.
in
That's
my-
the thing,
in
though.
my
It's like I have Lignify set out. I have
Lignify's good.
Ossification is a new one. Is
Ossification's
really good.
interesting.
It enchants
I
a
don't-
land, so
I
that
don't
one's harder to
like
remove.
that one as much, but it's interesting.
It's Chained to the Rocks,
It's
or
chained-
what,
right,
what
it's
is
chained to
what is the modern playable one?
the snow one.
Snow
Yeah,
Ones.
on Thin Ice.
On Thin Ice. Yeah.
So like those cards, like so take that for example. Like I said, I have to be picky.
Mhm.
So I have
True.
to balance.
You only have so many you can play.
My buff auras versus my removal auras, as well as the pieces of removal. So like I'm playing all 3 of those permanent removal ones in
Okay.
favor of Nature's Claim, the other one, Return to Nature, or another Path to Exile.
Right, so you can hit any target.
So I can hit anything. So I can be as versatile
Agreed.
as I want to be. Now that's
Agreed.
not always the pick. That's not always
Right,
the
right,
plan.
right.
Yeah.
But in that case, I've chosen to go with a broad route because I have so few slots left in my deck from all the auras and all the creatures and lands and etc.
You come with
Okay,
the whole
sure.
toolbox. You only use the wrench, but hey, you still have the whole toolbox, right?
I don't hate the metaphor. That's interesting.
That is something
I
I
do
do.
like that.
It's the same thing I run in with counter spells as well. And not sure if we're
Ooh,
including
yeah.
counter spells in this episode.
I think that's in the other
I think
episode.
Yeah, it's in the
I think
other
it's in the
episode, but it's the
episode.
same thing with counter spells. Is that I'd rather
Yeah.
have them and not need them sometimes.
Agreed. Then need them and not have them for sure. But still, you have versatility with
Exactly.
stuff like that,
Mhm.
right? Tangenting a little bit, right? Spell Swindle,
Yeah.
one of my new favorite
That's
cards.
not a counterspell.
I love it. So it's not a counterspell, right? Spell Swindle is a 5 mana, especially I played in Evelyn.
Mhm.
It's 5 mana, hope to make at minimum 5 treasures,
Yeah.
and you just counter something at the same time. That's just bonus,
Mhm.
right? It's make 5 treasures.
Yeah.
It's great. Love it.
I like
so
it.
good.
All right, what's our next topic?
The Thopter one too.
Oh, the Thopter one. Yeah, I like that.
The
one.
Thopter one's
beat
cool,
face
too.
with your Ulamog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You removed
Yeah.
to my permanence. I'm gonna kill you with a 10,
Right.
10 Thopters.
Right. Other topics. So we kind of talked about how much to play. Let's go into specifics and talk about how. Look, I want to talk colors,
Colors. Okay.
right? Before because we're gonna kind of end on. We're gonna go through each of the colors and talk about our favorite ones. But before we get to that, I want to talk about like the colors of your deck versus what colors of removal you decide to play.
So do you want to go down Wooburg and then go into 2-color, 3-color, 4-color, 5-color, or just in white decks in general? White X decks, monocolor plus other stuff.
So like let's just talk about the difference between playing, say, a 2-color deck versus a 4-color deck, and how you decide which ones to play. Because I mean, especially the more colors you add, the more 5-color deck you can play anything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not going to play at that point 15 removal spells because you have access to every color.
Yeah.
But
The more colors you play, I feel like the more, what's the word I'm looking for? The more grounded your removal spells become.
okay,
So like if you're playing Jeskai, white, blue, red,
Sure.
your red spells kill artifacts, your white spells kill creatures, and your blue spells are counter spells.
So we kind of approach it as a what each color does best.
Every color does something
for sure.
good, and so white
For
obviously
sure.
has swords and path, but there's also other ones like Comeuppance is one I used to see a lot.
Ooh,
And
I don't know if I know what
I
that
really
is
wish-
off the
know
top
what
of my
that
head.
card is.
What does it do? It kills an attacking creature,
Okay.
and then you get a bunch of things because of it. It's like a 4-mana spell. I have to look it
Okay.
up.
Interesting.
But it exiles an attacking creature, and then I think you gain life equal to its power or something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Or like deflecting palm. We're
Interesting.
talking about,
Oh,
about
palm.
fogs.
Oh,
Someone
palm.
swinging at you with
Palm
your
is
huge
great.
creature, you can palm it. They take the damage instead.
Right.
And so like white has creature removal. Like I said, red is really good at getting artifacts. Blue counter spells, of course, but blue also has like an interesting amount of creature removal.
Yeah, it's got some interesting stuff, right? And then that kind of bleeds over into multi-target too,
Mhm.
right? Because kind of its own topic. We'll do a separate episode based on that. But right, it's like in that case, if you look at what every color does best, obviously white is the Wrath color.
Yeah.
But do you really want to play just Wrath of God and 3 mono white board wipes and hostilities when you can kind of spread it out and again kind of do each color kind of does its own little thing.
Yeah,
So,
we'll talk about that more too in the multi-target.
Yeah.
Multi-target, because wraths kind of don't target, but
true.
they
That's
get
true.
a lot of
But
things. That's
they hit
what
multiple things. Yeah.
meaning when we say multi-targets, they get
Right.
multiple things. But in single targets, like I said, every color has its own thing. Even a
Specialty,
multi-target,
right?
yeah, their own specialty. So that's how I do it. Is I divide up the colors into what they do best, and I have
Okay.
a small package, like I said, package of removal spells. And
For each color?
For each color.
For
yeah.
each color. Okay.
And that also goes into staples as well. Like I feel like when people say staples, they mean the things they see in all of these same commander decks.
Right. Yeah.
and
Right.
those
Right.
tend to be-
Your white staples are
Yeah.
cards that are in every white deck.
Yeah, they tend
Basically.
to be the card draw, the ramp, the card selection and removal.
Removal. Right.
And so usually you can look at those resources online, like EDH Rec and everything. Will have a
Yeah,
list of
A section.
staples
Yeah.
that they're data pools, and it's the same thing when I'm building my decks and when I help other people. I see what they could
This is
run.
what
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
This is what's in there.
This is what they
and
could
this is what they
run.
can't have.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You approach it the same when you're looking at multicolored decks and stuff.
Well, I definitely agree with Rafa that as your colors increase, all your removal becomes more grounded. And really,
What does that mean?
Sectioned,
More
I think,
grounded.
is the word I'm looking for. Sectioned, because, like I said, you divide the colors into sections. You can
I like
filter
it.
out those
There
things. I
you
think
go.
That makes a
section
little
is
bit-
the,
that
is
makes
the
a
word
little
I'm
more
looking
sense.
for.
Okay.
Grounded, I'm not sure what I was going for there.
Yeah. Cool. You're grounded, Jason.
but
You're
definitely,
grounded.
I
Get out.
definitely,
Go to your room.
I definitely like part of my thing is I really love the multicolor. Like, it's not just multicolored removal spells; it's multicolored cards in general. That's why I love the Ravnica sets and everything.
Okay.
Because multicolored cards are cool and I love them. So
Okay.
when I add more colors to my deck, I'm like, okay, well now what good multicolored removal spells do I get to jam?
What
in my
additional
deck?
colors do I get to? Okay.
Yeah.
So my deck has green black in it. I'm playing Sultai. I get to put Assassin's Trophy and Abrupt Decay in my deck. Oh my god, this is so cool because I love those two cards.
Okay.
Right. So it's really
You get all the charms. You get all,
all the
the.
charms.
Oh, man.
What are they called?
Ah,
They're also
man.
charms as well, but there's like commands and things as well.
Yeah, the commands.
commands.
The 3-color ones, the other 2-color ones.
The new Capenna ones that are
Mhm.
basically charms, but
Yeah.
they
Are they-
were
they are
charms.
charms,
Actually.
yeah,
Maestro's
yeah.
charms. Yeah, that's right. I get them confused with the triomes.
Those are actually
They
really good.
fucked up the
Like,
names.
Those are
that is
good.
true. Did they have them? No, they weren't. They weren't called triumphs.
No, they're
No,
called.
they were called
They were
fucking
called.
Prime
they,
Moss's
They had
area.
names.
Ziatora's Proving
Yeah.
Ground. Like what the?
Well, it's in
a
a city,
boxing
you know,
word. I mean, I get it.
And so, like,
They could have been called triomes.
Triumphs
Let's be
was like
honest.
Aquaria's thing, though.
Yeah, but why fuck shit up?
I don't know, because Aquaria's weird.
Let's just go back to Aquaria.
We are. So at
Find some way
point-
to make it work. Find some way to make it work.
Because
Because they go, oh hey, triome.
Get
Oh,
a
there's only
commander set.
5. There's only 5 triomes, Rafa.
Mhm.
But really, there's 10. They're just all called something different.
So I just called
And
them
I forget all the names.
I called them the tricycling lands.
Okay, I like that because they do
Tricycle
cycle.
lands.
That's what it is. I fucked that
Tricycle
name
land?
up.
Tricycling.
The tricycle.
I will
lands.
try cycling at
Yeah,
some
man.
point.
Yeah. That has to be. I don't think I had a successful cyclers deck. Anyways,
Yeah.
cycling though, removal. They have some interesting.
Right. Oh, they for sure.
A lot of the
For
discard
sure.
removal is interesting.
So,
Madness and such. Anyways.
okay. So second half of the episode, we'll go through each of the colors and stuff. Kind of go down. We'll talk about them.
Mhm.
A bunch of our fates and everything. But before we do that, let's take a quick commercial break. Hear about our sponsors.
Fuck you, Linda.
Kitchen Table Cable is sponsored by Force of Will Gaming. For all your gaming needs, visit downtown Bastrop's premier gaming store. And also by viewers like you. Thank you.
And we're back.
We're back?
Stop.
All right.
Stretched.
No, we're back.
I said,
He
are we
said we're
ready?
back.
You just had to stretch us.
He said we're back.
What the hell?
I mean, if Rafa says we're back,
We're
Can I get a
back.
drink of water too?
we are
No.
back. No, after this episode, Jace.
You don't get water.
God
You
damn.
lost water privileges.
God.
Right?
All right, what do we got
Okay.
next, Derek?
What are we doing next? Let's talk.
Colors, that's all.
Oh,
we went through
boy.
those first 2 topics quicker than I expected.
Yeah. Where we at?
So
25 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, then we'll have to spend a lot more time talking about.
We can spend more time talking about them. That's fine.
Those are a couple of spells I forgot about that we'll get to.
I know. I was thinking of some too.
I forgot about Feed the Swarm, bro. How did I forget about
Feed
Feed
the
the
All
Swarm?
right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Rafa, Jace,
Derek,
Derek,
That's Derek.
Marissa.
Marissa over there.
Linda?
Linda's over there.
Oh, there's 2.
Yeah, you remember we hired Linda.
They're fucking fake anyway.
Don't say that.
Go on, man.
They're real to me.
That's
But okay,
Rafa's
so
girl.
let's go through the color pie by color, right? Wooburg order, obviously Wooburg
Wooburg.
order,
Warburg order.
right? And then we'll
Has
talk
to
about
be.
multicolor too. Talk about some of our favorite single target removal spells, right? Single target removal spells that we'd like to play, and when we may or may not play them.
And once again, hold your comments. We will talk about multi-target in another
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
We're gonna do another episode
We felt this one would be way too long.
to talk about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We made the list, and there's like 100 or so spells to talk about. That's way too much.
Mhm.
That's way too much. But okay, so Wooburg, white,
White.
white,
Ooh,
white,
we gotta
white,
talk
white,
about
white.
the big 2, the twin towers.
No.
This-
No.
I was gonna say twin something. But it just came to mind, man.
Dude, he really wants to talk about 9/11.
Is that what you're learning about
okay.
in school, Jace?
All right. So
Anyways,
let's start with white.
White. We've
Start with
already
white.
talked about Path to Exile and Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah,
Okay,
we just
right.
And nobody needs to
Monsters.
say how good they are.
Monsters. Everybody needs to say how good they are. They're
Modern
monsters.
Modern told us the depths of Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares has
Yeah.
been in a commander staple since the
Yeah.
beginning of
Could
the
they
format.
print swords in modern? That's a different thing.
Yeah,
They
Do you
could.
think so?
they could.
They could.
With the evoke elemental format, I think so. Yeah.
That is
Solitude.
Solitude
Ah,
is swords.
okay.
So
Solitude is swords on a stick.
I think the Elementals deck plays it, but that's about it.
What, Solitude?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, there's no
I
scam.
think that's pretty much
there's no
it.
scam elementals for Solitude.
It doesn't
Yeah.
do anything. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
But okay, so Swords and Path, obviously Big Daddies.
Yeah.
Right. Swords is better.
Yes.
I think so.
We always play Swords. We don't always play Path.
Now there
Yeah.
are some corner cases where Path is better than Swords, and that is when there's a fucking 10-10 Ulamog, and your opponent suddenly gains 10 life. But that's manageable, right?
I mean, getting rid of the Ulamog is getting
Yeah, now
rid
they
of
don't
it.
have an
right,
Ulamog
right,
anymore,
right.
I'd rather them have the life, which is something that people should
So
use.
that's kind of what I
Um,
was what I was gonna lean towards. Like, yeah, Swords is always played and Path isn't, because I'd rather give somebody in that case 10 life rather than an additional mana.
And that used to be price. I mean,
Right.
not swords. Path of Exile used to be $10-15
Right,
back in the
for
day,
sure.
and now it's a dollar.
Right.
And they're putting it in Commander decks. In the Knights deck, they put
Yep.
Path of
Path
Exile.
came in the
Yeah,
deck.
that's
Uh,
true.
Yep.
And in the Hobbits deck too.
Yeah, plus it was that
Oh,
promo.
nice.
that,
Yeah.
Hobbits or the
That game day promo.
the Knights, the humans one of those. One of the Lord of
I
the
think
Rings
it was
decks.
I think it was the Hobbits one.
I
I'm
think
not,
so.
I can't
'cause
remember.
They both had. I guess I have to check mine.
But okay, so obviously fantastic. They exile is a big deal, right? A big deal. We joked about Coma earlier. Huge deal. Kills is indestructible. All the jets. Okay. Newer favorite, Fateful Absence.
Fateful Absence.
Fateful
Right, from
Absence.
Midnight Hunt.
I
It's
can
fantastic.
I can see the card.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
we're
know
in
what it does.
going like this.
Oh yeah,
two
Right
mana
in the
destroy
hallway.
creature,
It
controller
investigates the thing, right?
Yeah, one in a white, destroy a creature, its controller investigates. So better than Path in that it doesn't give them a card and a land. They do have to pay 2 to draw a card.
They have to
that is
invest in that card
It's a
draw.
real cost. Oh, hey, nice, because they investigated and they got to invest.
See,
Anyway,
I know what I'm talking about.
but it does kill any creature.
That's true.
Destroy any creature.
Or Planeswalker.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure it hits a Planeswalker.
It
Yeah, it does
might
say
hit
Planeswalker.
Planeswalker.
which
Okay.
is relevant 0.1% of the time.
Yeah, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. 0.1%. I like it. But cool. Destroy any creature. Instant speed. 1 in a white. Its controller investigates. It's fantastic. If I'm a clue deck, I can blow up my own creature for a clue. Don't do that. That's very inefficient.
I
Don't
mean,
do
if
that.
you're playing Jane,
Now I could play if I play my Stranger Things deck and all my goal is to just kill Will. I could.
See?
That okay? Maybe I'll play it.
Well, you should definitely play in that deck. I didn't
No.
even think about that.
Anyway, okay.
You
So
should
Fateful
play-
Absence
Play Deck and Stone in
is good.
your clues deck.
Declaration in Stone.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's multi-target, but
It is multi-target. It
Uh,
makes multiple clues. Oh, I like it.
it could be single target if there's nothing
could
else
be.
with the same name.
I
It's
like
like a
it.
Bile Blight, but
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Bile too.
Bile Blight's so good.
So good.
Okay,
Okay.
White though.
Contraband livestock.
Contraband livestock. So talk to me
Fucking
about
love
contraband
this card.
livestock. Why
Jace-
you're so
Jace has been
not
going
why
on.
you're so up about contraband?
Jace has been going on and on
It's
about
just,
Contraband
it's just
Livestock.
another copy of Path and Swords if you're not playing Siege.
I
Is
think
it?
I think it's another copy of Generous Gift.
Okay, so that's kind of how I looked at it, right? Okay, so contraband livestock. What does it do, Jace?
Does it say destroy target creature or not?
It's
I have
exile
no
target
clue.
creature.
Exile target
Exile
creature.
target creature, then you roll a d20, and then
Then depending on what you roll, they get a 4/4 ox.
a
3/2.
2/2 boar and a 0/1 goat.
Yeah,
Depending
on
something
what
like that. Yeah.
Okay, so best case scenario, you give them a 0/1.
Worst
More
case
than likely,
scenario,
you give them a 4/4.
Yeah, yeah. The
So
low-
how much mana?
It's 2 mana. 1 in a
2
white.
mana. Okay, so it's basically resculpt.
Yeah. Okay. There
And
you
white.
go. Resculpt.
Okay, I like it more than I originally thought. Then.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know it exiled.
Also, you get to roll dice,
Makes
and it's
sense.
fun.
That's
No,
true.
fuck
I
that.
think I don't know if I have it in my
Uh,
D&D deck, but what are you talking about? I love rolling dice.
No, no.
It's because I play D&D, Derek.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know that's
Come
true.
on, Derek.
But okay, so that one obviously kind of cool, kind of interesting. If you could manipulate the rolling of the dice and stuff, obviously it gets better.
Get
Yeah.
some advantage.
Right, it gets better. But okay, I like it. We talked about generous gift, any permanent, give them a 3/3 elephant. You know,
Yeah.
OG, it's a great card.
Is
I love
the
it.
new one better?
Ooh,
The
okay.
new one,
So the new one,
that's a discussion.
same mana cost, 2 and a white. It's instant. They're both instant. You can't hit a land,
Which
and
is
it gives
true.
them a 1/1 instead of a 3/3. Is
True.
the new one better?
Most of the time,
Yes.
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 Um,
Because I don't want to blow up people's lands and be a dick.
well,
Unless
well, all of you Gates players out there, I'm coming for you.
Yeah. Fuck you,
Right.
Bart.
Fuck you, Bart.
Fuck you, Bart.
Unless, right, I'm playing my Thalian the Gitrog monster and I get to play a Fall of Thran, then we're okay with the land destruction.
What the hell?
What the hell?
No, but yeah, yes.
but okay.
In general, it is 100% better. It's a strict upgrade.
Right, yeah.
Gives
Most
them
of
a
the time you're
1/1
gonna hit
and-
you're
yeah.
gonna hit a non-land permanent anyway.
I've only hit a
Um,
land, even with Beast Within. I've only hit a land maybe
creature lands
10
realistically. You know, I try to get cheeky in my angel deck. I added in the, you know, the what everybody's freaking out, the standard combo with the Book of Exalted
Oh yeah.
Deeds,
Oh,
and
the
you put
Faithful
it
Haven,
and
yeah.
you put it on the creature land after it's an angel. Like, yeah, no, fuck you, you're dead anyway, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah. So I do think it's better overall. Most of the time, you're
Yeah.
not hitting a land.
True. I am playing all three in my league deck.
Playing
Gift and Stroke of Midnight.
Gift, Stroke of Midnight. What's the other one?
Beast Within.
And Beast Within.
Ooh.
We'll talk about Beast Within later. But,
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay.
Like I said, I want to hit everything
Okay.
and not be constricted to artifact or enchantment or creature.
All right. So white single target removal. Can we think of any more? I have a couple that came up that we didn't put on the list.
Disenchant.
Dis-
I love Disenchant.
I love Disenchant. I love
Bad.
Disenchant. One in a white, hit an artifact or an enchantment.
Mhm.
Cool. Oh, is there a better version?
Yeah, Stroke
out
of
there?
Midnight.
Is there? You know, well, Stroke of Midnight costs one more mana.
That's true.
So-
What is the 4-mana one? It's 2 white for an instant. If you cast it
No,
on your
Return
main
to
phase,
Dust.
Return to Dust.
It's bad.
It's great.
No.
It's great. It hits
no.
2 artifacts or enchantments. If it's
on
on
your
turn,
main
On
phase,
your
exile
right?
them.
Right.
Now,
But
if you can wait, it's great.
That's
If
not a
if
single
you need
target.
it right now,
no, the contraband one is better.
Crush Contraband.
Crush Contraband.
Crush Contraband
Three
is
in a
better.
white
Yeah.
instant, and you hit an
Love
artifact,
Crush
and you always hit an artifact and an enchantment, and it's always instant speed, and it's one less
Oh, we
white.
forget
hit.
about Wear and Tear for multicolor. Anyway, we'll get to that.
That's fine.
we're not a multicolor yet.
We're not to multicolor, yeah. But I wanted to mention Lorn of the Third Path,
Okay, yeah.
Ooh,
right? Just a better Rex
pretty
Sage.
good.
Love
Mhm.
it. It's great. Fantastic, right? ETB, kill an artifact or enchantment. Drawing cards in
Yeah.
white, right? We're getting there. So it matters. What else? Anything else from white?
Fiend Hunter. And
So Fiend Hunter's
FX.
not
Oh,
near
so-
as good as it used to
so
be.
oh,
It's 100%.
Near as used to it good. I mean, now if you talk about Fiend Hunter effects and we go Skyclave Apparition,
Okay,
hands
Skyclave.
down,
Skyclave is
it's a
good.
bomb.
True.
100%.
I like the new Fox as well.
The new Fox seems interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's kind of cool.
But I mean, effects
yeah,
like
I mean,
that, yeah.
effects like that are good, right? Especially you play Flicker deck, right? You can do some shenanigans with it,
The hell did you drop?
stuff like that. His phone probably. But yeah, I mean, I think Skyclave is the best version of that type of card. Obviously, they don't get the permanent back. They instead just get a token, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
It's generous gift.
Yeah, it's just a generous gift on a body. It's great. But okay, anything else for white?
I don't
None
think
that
so. I
comes
think
to
we can
mind.
go to ooh.
Blue. Ooh.
Go to
We can go to the
ooh.
ooh of the Wooburg.
ooh of the
So
Wooburg.
ooh of the Wooburg. So okay, pronounce the first one correctly with the ape.
Go Jace.
Ooh. Rapid hybridization. No,
That's
longify.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say rapid hybridization makes the beast.
They're both basically
No,
the
it makes-
same
it
thing.
makes
We'll
the
talk
lizard
about
frog.
them in the same
Oh, it
thing.
does make lizard frog. That's right. Pongify. So Pongify and rapid hybridization, right?
Yep.
Basically the same. One blue, destroy a creature, give them a 3/3.
Yep.
Be it an ape or a lizard, fish,
Be an ape or a simic monstrosity.
something. Right.
Something.
Okay. So one blue, kill anything, give them a 3/3. It's instant. They're both good. I almost never play them though.
Ooh.
Mono blue deck. It's like the only deck that I play them, and
Yeah,
I
I
think.
can see that.
I
Yeah.
don't play it because I feel like
I
all the other
think-
codes have better things to offer.
Oh yeah,
Which
depending
is-
on
which
that's
is-
what we just said.
Which
yeah.
is weird, right? Which is weird because it's 1 mana, it's instant speed, it destroys anything, and it leaves them with a 3/3.
Mhm.
So it's generous gift, but 2 less mana. It only hits creatures, right? So there's your downside. Same thing, Beast Within, right? But yeah, like I just never see them.
now
anywhere.
in
Nobody
my
plays
blue
them.
red decks. I do play them.
Ooh, yeah.
Because-
Okay,
red-
sure.
Burn is
'Cause
not. We'll get there.
red's-
Burn is not like the
Red
the
single target
greatest
kill
way to
spells are
remove
not-
creatures.
Yeah, they're not near as good as they used to be.
So I have
For
blue because I'm sure we have them on our list, but blue actually has a surprising amount of creature removal.
Yeah.
It does give them things, which
Yep.
is why it's not the best. But
Yep.
um, a card
Next.
that's probably on our list is Raven Form.
Oh,
We
I didn't
talk
put
about
Raven Form on
Didn't
there.
put Raven Form.
Right,
love
but I
that
added,
card.
I had Resculpt and Reality Shift, and
Mhm.
Raven Form basically does the same thing. Now,
Yeah.
the other
Those
two
three
are
cards.
instant. Raven Form is a sorcery.
This is true.
If you foretell it, it's cheaper,
Yeah.
technically, right? If you foretell it, it costs 3 over 2 turns.
Mhm.
I do love Raven Form, gives them a 1/1 bird. But yeah, the sorcery speed,
Yeah.
I generally don't really look at it unless I want to do something with the foretell.
I use it as an artifact removal most of the time.
Yeah, that's
Most of the
true.
time, an artifact's not
Because
coming at you. versus a
Resculpt can hit
creature.
an artifact, but Reality Shift can't,
No,
right?
Reality Shift is only creature.
Right. Reality Shift is only creature. They manifest the tap card, so you give them a 2/2. Resculpt, you give them a 4/4, but it also hits artifacts.
Yeah.
And of course, Raven Form, same thing with that, but technically one more mana, sorcery speed, but it only gives them a 1/1 bird.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're all great. Exiling's great. I do think overall, I think the one that sees the most play is Reality Shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because it's been around for longer.
Most likely.
Or if it's the fact that it gives them a 2/2 and people see the 4/4 and they go, yeah, I don't really want to give somebody a 4/4. Could be that. But yeah, I think they're all great.
I think they're solid in
They're
blue.
solid.
Yeah.
And if you're in colors that can't do the creature thing or the artifact thing,
It's true.
they're relevant. Now, how do you feel about bounce spells?
I love bounce spells.
Yeah, bounce spells
I
are great.
love bounce spells.
Chain
Winds
of
of
Vapor is the
Rebuke,
best one.
good
Winds
old
of, Winds of
Disperse.
Rebuke is cool. Disperse is great. Chain of Vapor is fantastic, especially in CEDH. I think so. Bounce spells aren't near as good as hard target removal.
Yeah.
In casual games, CEDH it makes sense because most of the time, if I'm dealing with something one way or the other, I plan to try to win
Yeah.
or to set myself up to win. Right. So me Chain of Vaporing something on my main phase to bounce said stacks piece hopefully will lead to me winning the game. It's the same as if I kill it. And so, your bounce spells are generally more efficient. They're generally cheaper. They generally hit hit more targets. And so, yeah, I think in CEDH, your bounce spells are basically hard removal spells.
100%.
In casual, not so much.
Yeah.
Right. So in casual, I don't favor them as much, but I do still like them if you have something else to do with them.
I got you.
Right. So if I have a Winds of Rebuke, right, I want to play it because I care about the milling, right? Could be a thing. Or, I bounce something and then I have a way to stop it from coming back down again.
Yeah.
Right. Or, case in point, in my league game yesterday, when I blew everybody's minds, we brought in the tech, we brought in the sauce, and Justin's in my pod, right? It's me, Justin, Mike, and Winter. And Justin's in my
sweet.
pod, and he plays his Wylith, and he gets 2 pieces of equipment on it. It's like a Sword of the Animus and a Surveyor Scope or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Right, cool. So then I played my Fumble, brought in my super secret tech.
Do you like Fumble?
Fumble, 1 in a blue, returned his commander to his hand and stole his equipment, and they were all like, what is that card? Like, what is this? And I was like, yeah, man, we brought in the sauce for the league.
Got
There's,
that sideboard
there's
tech.
multiple Voltron decks in the league. But yeah, so fantastic. Get to steal the equipment, right? So stopping again. I would play it in a casual deck if I know that I'm playing against people who play Voltron, stuff like that, because it's just kind of additional value. Even if the commander comes back down next turn, it doesn't really matter. I have the equipment, all that jazz. But
That seems sweet.
what else do we have on the list for blue that you made me add, Jace?
I freaking love this card and I forgot the name.
And you forgot the name?
It's a Salamander.
The Salamander.
Salamander.
Oh,
Salamander.
Jace, you made him put it on the
You
list.
made me put it on
I
the
know what
list,
it
Jace.
is.
Written down.
You
I
made
know what
me
it
put it
is.
on the list.
Say the name right the first time.
Amphim Mutineer.
Okay, Amphin Mutineer.
Love this card.
Someone from Commander Legends.
Yeah.
Right.
It's Generous Gift 2.
Generous Gift
it's
2.
Pongify 2.
Yeah, it gives him a 3/3 Salamander.
It's a 4/3.
It's a 4/3 Salamander.
And
Okay.
it itself is a 4/3, I think.
And it gives 4/3s?
Yep.
It just ETB destroys something that gives him a 4/3?
Exile.
Exile gives him a 4/3.
It's kinda
Exile
on
matters.
4/4,
Okay.
I think it's
It's bigger than that.
So I think
it's 6.
the Encore is its mana cost plus 2.
Yeah, usually.
Usually.
So it's gotta be 6.
So 6. So then you make 3 of them,
And you
kill
exile
3 things, and he has protection from Salamanders, right?
No,
No,
that's
that's
the
Gorm
guy.
Overlord.
That's
That's
the
the-
Oh,
other
that's
guy.
right. That's right.
The guy who
That's
is
right.
a conspiracy theorist, but for salamanders.
Oh,
Gorm
interesting.
Overlord.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's
Sure.
just, whatever. He doesn't really matter.
Okay. But anyway, okay. So
I like
you
it.
can get 3 of them. It's interesting.
I like it in
It's
mono
4
blue
removal
decks.
spells in one card.
Mono blue decks, I could see that. Or if you're planning to do something with the creature type or
blinking.
Encore.
Or Blinky Blink.
Blinking.
Or
yeah.
Encore. Right. Encore,
Yeah.
does it state... Does Encore... Well, Encore exiles it from the graveyard and you make 3 token copies. Okay,
Correct,
so you can't
yeah.
do any shenanigans with that. So that's fine.
You could populate the token.
You could populate the tokens, sure, but you couldn't I was thinking if it brought it back, you could blink it and it would stay, and
Yeah,
but you
no.
can't do that with tokens. So okay,
With Unearth, you can do that. And
I
that's
can cheat
Encore
Encore.
says when it leaves the battlefield.
I can cheat Encore with Obeka.
This is
I have
true.
a couple encore cards in the deck, right, where you can end the turn with the
Mhm.
with the
You should be
encore
playing the
trigger on the
FME
stack.
in there.
It's bad.
I mean, it's the same argument with Generous Gift and Stroke of Midnight. You know, I don't
Yeah.
want to give my opponent a 4/3
Right.
and then get smacked for 4.
Right.
Unless I'm in a
that's a
position
real cost. It's a real
that
cost.
I can survive or profitably block a 4/3. But at that point,
Yeah.
At that point, I probably should be winning.
That's yeah. I could see that too.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else for blue?
No, we can go to the
No.
buh
Go to
part of
the
Bluebird.
buh part.
Buh.
So black. Okay. So before we get into it, because I know this is going to be part of our discussion, right? Before we get into it, I want to talk about why Doomblade is so bad now.
There's a million versions of it.
There's a million versions of it, right?
versions of it.
Dominator Remastered came out. They reprinted Terror. Fantastic. The one of the old arts. I love the art on it.
Doomblade's
So
better.
good.
Doomblade-
Isn't Terror
See-
sorcery?
No, Terror's instant, but it's non-black, non-artifact. So
So-
it is Doomblade, but worse.
Yeah.
But it's so good, and the art's so good.
The art is good.
and the
card
flavor's
is
there.
the card is
and
not.
I have to play it because it's so pretty.
Who are you, Garth One Eye?
But essentially, yeah, Doomblade and all your similar effects are most of them are all now outclassed.
This is true.
Right, your 2 mana destroy some sort of creature with a downside to it. None of them are really played.
Besides
Yeah.
Infernal Grasp.
I was gonna say Infernal Grasp kind
of.
of nailed the final nail in the coffin.
Mhm.
Kill any creature, lose 2.
Yeah, that's nothing
It's
in Commander.
better, right? Is better than any of the other ones.
Mhm.
Doomblade, non-black.
We're talking about the instant speed ones, by the way.
instant speed ones.
The
Yeah,
instant-
yeah.
We'll
All
talk
the
about
instant
we'll
speed
talk
ones.
about the sorcery one
The
later.
sorcerer
Um,
that's
all the instant speed ones. Yeah, right. And so it's like all of them. You have the non-artifact, non-black. You have the
Go for the throats. It's
go
the
for the
non-artifact
throw,
one.
non-artifact. Yeah, you have
But-
the mana value 3 or less. You have
Oh,
all of that
I
stuff.
hate
Right.
Smother.
Right. They're all basically outclassed. Right.
Yeah.
Infernal Grasp is basically the only one that really sees play in that class.
And not even that. Like not a lot of black
It is
decks
rare.
play the single target remover other than the one on our list, which is
Feed the Swarm.
Feed the Swarm.
Feed the Swarm. So
Feed,
good.
feed the
Let's talk
Swarm.
about-
Sorcery
Feed
speed
the
is
Swarm.
rough.
I don't-
Sorcery speed is rough, but I really wish it was instant speed. I don't know why they couldn't have made it instant speed.
Because
that's the one thing that
enchantment
goes with
removal
enchantments.
is green and white's thing.
No, I know, but you still lose life equal to the mana value. That's a black thing. We
Yeah.
could have made it instant, and it would have been fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I-
it's great.
It's-
Sorcery speed. I think you play it mono black. You have to play it.
Yeah.
It's literally the one way to deal with an enchantment. Right. There's one way in black to deal with enchantment. There are 2 ways to deal with artifacts, and that's insane.
that's true. I do love Ashes to Ashes.
Ooh.
Nobody plays that card, but
Wait, what is Ashes to Ashes?
oh my god, it's a multi-target removal spell.
Okay.
Tell me.
It's a 1 black. I think it's an instant. You choose a non-creature artifact
Okay.
or a creature.
Okay.
2 of them, up to 2, and then you destroy them, and then you lose like equal to their.
Oh. Okay. I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, it's an old one. It's
I
an
didn't know
old
about that
old
one.
tech.
Okay.
I was looking for artifact removal in black, and it was like Ashes
See,
to
the-
Ashes.
the
There's also
2
Dust to Dust, which is a white one that kills enchantments.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Mhm.
That's kind of cool. The 2 that I came across were Phyrexian Tribute.
Yeah.
Which is very bad.
You don't have to tell me twice.
which is very bad. And then the gate one, is that Phyrexian Gate or something? It's an enchantment, 1 on a black. On your upkeep, you can sack a creature to destroy an artifact.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me about that one.
Yeah. So those were the 2 that I came across. But anyway, so before we kind of tangent off of the deep end, as we will.
There's
Maybe
not.
you want
point.
to go to the big 3?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet
so,
for the big 3.
So Infernal Grasp is really the only one that we're playing in that category. Playing Feed the Swarm.
And I feel like
Okay.
Feed the Swarm is a part of the cost of playing a lower color black deck. Is that you
Agreed.
kind of have to play.
You
Feed
kind
the
of
Swarm.
have to.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I
If
put it
you're-
in my not.
If you're playing
Monocolored
white
deck.
or green, you don't have to.
Yeah, but if you're
But
if
playing
you're
like
playing black red,
or
you have
black
to.
blue,
Yeah.
Right. Black blue, I would say blue has
Mhm.
no way to deal with enchantments minus bouncing.
100%.
So,
Yeah.
and counter spells.
Mhm.
Right. But yeah, so black blue, black red, Grixis, you're kind of screwed. You basically play it, right?
Yeah. No, I played in my
But-
Mardu deck as well. Just because it has that modality. It kills a
The
creature
modality,
or
sure.
an enchantment.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you definitely can. I'm just saying that you basically have to if you're not in green or white.
Now, I definitely play a better one that is black and white. but we'll get there later.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, so the big three, Jace.
The
Hit me
big
with
three,
hit me
we've-
with the big
this
three.
is-
This one's you,
The
Jace.
discussion
the
that
big
we
three.
have had for a long, like, not a long time,
Multiple
but a
times,
discussion
I
we've
think.
had multiple
Okay.
times. And that is the big three, the best single target black removal spells. And that
Okay,
is
sure.
Dismember,
Okay, which member?
Kill Yourself, Deadly Rollick, and Snuff Out. Those are
Okay.
the big three that we have decided are the best three, and we each have our own
Three
different
best.
opinions on the order in which they go.
Jace,
Okay.
your mic gets fallen off. Wonderful.
But okay. So for this discussion, for this little tidbit, right? We're talking casual. We're not talking CEDH.
Okay,
Or we,
that changes the discussion.
does it change the discussion? I'm asking.
Because
I
in,
don't-
in
think
casual,
it
Dismember
does.
is the
Okay.
worst.
So
Oh.
blanket all commander.
I still
So-
think. Oh.
So all commander. So dismember. Which member? Dismember.
that
is,
member is the worst one out of the
so-
three.
One.
No, the fuck
Shut.
it's
shut.
not.
The worst one
Okay.
out of
No,
three.
the fuck it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So one black.
Well, no, one.
One Phyrexian black.
Phyrexian black,
So
Phyrexian
potentially one colorless and 4 life to give a creature -5/-5. Okay. And you have Snuff Out, 3 in a red, 3 in a red, 3 in a black. Right. 3 in a black, destroy target non-black
Creature, it can't be
creature.
regenerated.
Can't be regenerated, right? If
You control a
if you
swamp.
control a swamp, you can pay 4 life instead of spending the 4 mana, right? Okay,
Yeah.
sure. And then Deadly Rollick is 2 in a black.
Exile.
Exile.
Exile
target.
target creature, and if you control your
It's-
commander, it's
There's a
free.
restriction to it.
Nope, it's just exile target creature.
There isn't. I thought there was a restriction. Okay, so
The
exile
restriction
target
is your
creature,
commander.
If you control your commander, you can cast it for free. Okay, so
Okay,
Tell
I
us
will
about
start.
your order, then.
I will start with my order.
no, we're gonna start with Rafa because we know
God
his is
damn it.
wrong.
Yeah. What? So like order like best to worst.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
worst
yeah,
to
yeah,
best?
yeah. So let's
What do we want? We want the worst, the one I'd play the least.
worst. Yeah, the one that you would play the least, and this is for any deck
This is
because
for
in mono black
any-
you play all 3.
No, you don't.
Ooh. Yes, you
You
do.
play Damnation over all 3.
Sure, but you still play.
You
single
play
target
Toxic
removal?
Deluge over Damnation.
Well, we'll get there later.
Oh.
Yeah, sure, but still,
Damnation is a catch-all, Jace.
I think you play for single target. I think you basically play all 3 if you can afford them. Rollick was
Yeah.
reprinted, so it's a lot cheaper.
That is
Before, you definitely wouldn't play it because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
But okay, so the one that you're gonna play the least.
one I'm gonna play the least is Dismember.
Why?
Wow.
Because it's only -5/-5.
That's pretty big.
That
and
hits.
it hits a lot.
That hits 80%
doesn't
of
hit
the creatures
everything.
in the format.
Now I will say, to be fair, in CEDH that hits almost everything.
This is true. In CDH, that's why it's
In-
really good because it's
And
one mana.
casual, I can see that because it doesn't kill your
In
Atalis
casual, it
and
doesn't
your
kill
old
everything.
Bones and your
Yeah,
Ula
but
Bogs
we are
and
talking
your-
about
okay.
all
Sure.
commanders, so it's kind of
Yeah.
Okay.
In all
So
commander,
-5,
I wouldn't
-5.
put Dismember in my deck
Okay.
because it doesn't kill everything.
Wow. What a dick.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
And then
then-
there's Snuff Out. I love Snuff
Okay.
Out. It is only a non-black creature,
Okay.
so
Sure.
it doesn't hit everything, but it is free. I love Snuff Out and Pauper. But in Commander,
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
it's too expensive nowadays.
yeah, what is it, like $20 each?
Yeah, something
Are
like
they
that.
up to 20?
Yeah, the
Dang.
Liliana one is way more expensive than that.
I know.
But
I
the
should
regular
have
one is
traded
about and then Deadly Relic is it's basically free most of the time. Now I don't play Deadly
okay.
Relic because I don't have one except
Right.
in my CDH deck.
I've got one
And they
for you.
were
Ryan.
expensive before they
yeah.
got reprinted.
So like if you have it,
Okay.
you can play them.
Okay. All right.
But out of those 3, I play neither of them.
You play none of them.
Play none of them.
Ooh.
I play Feed the Swarm, and then I play Board Wipes.
And you're
That
talking about
costs
mono
25
black. You're talking about in general.
In my mono black deck, I
Okay.
play Feed the Swarm and Board Wipes. In any of my other black
You're
X
playing
decks,
other removal.
I'm playing other removal
Okay.
or I'm playing Feed the Swarm.
Sure.
Because it
All right.
does more.
All right.
Okay, Jace.
My order.
It's
so
the same
this
as
is
his. No,
No,
you have
it's
Dismember
different.
before Snuff Out.
Yeah, we'll get to that. It's very heavily
Bless you.
influenced by CDH, but my order is the worst, Snuff Out, and then it's
Okay.
Dismember, and then the best is Deadly Relic. Right?
Okay.
You just can't compete with Deadly Relic, but Dismember is so efficient,
Okay.
and I feel like I just love it.
Ooh,
It's
Derek.
also kind of a pet card. For me.
Okay.
I feel
Sure.
like.
Okay.
What about you, Derek?
I
What
pick
is your
Snuff Out
order?
overall like any day. Any day I'm playing Snuff Out before Rollick.
God
any
damn,
day.
Derek.
Right? Any day. Because Snuff Out is always free.
I got you.
It's always free. Right? The 4 life does not matter. It is always free.
Even if you're at that point,
It's
though, Derek,
always free.
Dismember is always 1 mana.
Sure,
And
I'm
it can
playing.
hit.
I'm playing Dismember second, and I'm playing Rollick third. Right. So Snuff Out, Dismember, Rollick for me, because again, Snuff Out is always free. Dismember is always -5, which gets around indestructible, and it gets around all kinds of stuff, and can be 3 mana, can be 2 mana and 2 life, can be 1 mana and 4 life. You know, it's kind of modal in that sense, where depending on what's going on, I get to choose, and I like that. And then Rollick is last because I never count on my commander being on the field.
See, that's also a thing in differing playstyles. Like me and Rafa, we build decks most of the time around our commander. I mean, you
so
build
do I.
around
Not-
your commander,
Not really.
but like,
I mean, I try not to
Yeah.
because of situations
I do,
like that.
Yeah.
but even when I do, and even especially when I do, I never bank on my commander being out on the field for removal spells specifically. Because the one time that it's not, this is the one time that you're holding that Deadly Rollick and not a Snuff Out, and you go, shit.
You got three swamps up, and
Right? Yeah, right. I don't have that fourth. Like, you know, it just, yeah.
I got you. I mean, clearly we
but-
talk about these because we play a lot of CDH, and in black,
Yeah,
those
now-
are kind of your bread and butter for.
Yeah, now
for
in
removing
CEDH, I reverse my order a little bit, and I would play Dismember before Snuff Out.
True, but in regular commander, I don't play either of them.
So, I
One
can see
because
that.
of
Mono
cost,
black.
2 now because of cost.
Yeah, right.
But it just doesn't do much, and then 3 because it does nothing.
I think my mono black deck, I think I'm only playing Snuff Out. I may have even taken it out, because I know I had 2, and I traded at least one of them.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
I got one of them.
Maybe I got rid of the second one. Who knows? But
Who
I
knows?
wouldn't play the other 2 of my mono black deck in casual, for sure.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
All right.
But, okay. Red?
All right, red.
red, baby.
Sorry, Marissa, will you grab that?
Red.
Red. Okay. So, red. Start us out.
God, why is Linda on all fours trying to pick up that index card, dude?
Okay, well, her name is Marissa. And you just...
We have 2 Lindas at the office.
We have they're called women, Jace.
Jesus.
Anyway,
Okay, red.
A braid.
Oh, see,
I love
Fucking
braid.
love
I
a
was
braid.
gonna start with bolt.
Okay, both of those cards.
Okay, a braid.
Okay, let's
A
start with
braid. Let's start with a braid.
A braid kills an artifact.
Absolutely.
Bolt's a creature.
I love
Bolt's
a braid.
creature.
I don't play it near as much as I should, or that I used
I don't-
to, I think.
See, I don't play it near as much as I used to. I play Bolt
Yeah.
in every one of my red decks.
I don't.
That's
something
just
to get into.
That's just a general rule. That's the Stephen Green rule, is that you put Bolt in every red deck.
I do that
Okay.
too. I got that from you.
Yeah, I got that from Stephen Green.
I play
from Commander Versus.
I play Bolt in 0 red decks.
You are wrong.
You are wrong.
You
Why?
are.
It sucks.
You are gonna.
It kills a small creature or it
Sure.
kills an opponent.
No, it sucks.
So many times have I been in a situation where like I need that 3 damage.
There's no way 3 damage
In-
Bolt to face is gonna. It's gonna.
It
no,
does so much in
no.
CDH. It's how I've won so many times.
CEDH, yes. If I'm
And
playing
in
red,
regular commander,
if I'm playing-
I've gotten someone down to 1 life so many times that they just win on their next turn.
If
And I'm
I'm
like, if I had
playing-
that Bolt.
If I'm playing Magda, I'm playing Bolt. But I don't
Okay,
think
yeah.
I'm playing Bolt in any other deck in CEDH.
Okay, I guess. Okay, I'll rephrase my
Okay.
my
I mean, I'd play Bolton just get
retract
Isha.
my statement. I don't play
Sure.
Bolt in my mono red Dragon's Approach deck
Well, because it's
because I
Dragon's
don't
Approach.
need to.
Right.
But in any of my other red decks, I count it as a removal spell.
Bolt sucks.
Bolt is awesome.
No, it sucks.
Bolt is great.
Derek,
It's terrible.
I feel like you're underestimating how many below 3 toughness creatures are in Commander.
No, it's terrible. No.
Name me 3, Jace.
Okay. That you'll see in a casual
That
pod.
you'll see in a casual pod,
Okay.
right?
You got 10 seconds. Ready to go.
1, 2,
Llanowar, elves,
4.
birds of.
He's just gonna name all the mana towards. He's like, we're really taking this Bolt the Burb meme. We're just running with it. He's just gonna go through
Gilded
all the
Goose.
Metadors. Avacyn's Pilgrim. Elves of Deep Shadow. No, I don't play Bolt. In a spell slinger
that's
deck,
fine.
maybe. If I have something to do with it, sure. I don't. Well, I mean, I'll play a Braid.
Oh,
I won't play a Bolt. I'll play a Braid. Again, I value versatility over efficiency. And so I never
3 damage
have.
to any target. Derek.
Okay, but that's
Target.
not versatile. That's 3 damage.
I can shoot your birds of
That's
paradise.
3 damage. But in mono,
I
but
can shoot
even
your
if I'm-
Oko, bro.
No,
Come
even
on.
if I'm in mono red, there's at least 6 single target spells that you can go through that are modal or more versatile before you ever get to bolt.
All right, Derek, name 3.
Okay,
You
so
got 10 seconds. 1.
okay, Abrade, Chaos
2,
Warp, Wild Magic
3.
Surge.
We're not talking about Browbeat, Derek. Browbeat is a bad.
What are you talking about, Jace?
Galvanic Blast.
That's the same thing as Bolt.
It's 4 damage, and 3 to 4 makes a difference.
This is
Ain't
true.
nobody.
3 to 4 makes a difference.
Ain't.
No, I don't play Galv Blast in all of my decks.
No, but any artifact focus
Yeah,
deck,
yeah.
sure. Let me see.
7.
We're talking moto red.
8.
Right? Oh, we're going back to that, right?
9.
You can do
10.
that. I mean, I guess you could do
Out of time, Derek. Beep.
Like the
Beep.
God damn it, not the Chaos Warp variants, but the Polymorph variants.
Sure. Yeah.
Guff,
You
Free
could
Ice
do
History.
that, right? But
Transmogrify, etc.
but really, like I would play Mizium Mortars as one of
Sure.
my single target kill
Ooh.
spells. Two mana
I forgot
for,
about Mizium Wars.
for 4 damage or a board wipe, right? So I would play that before I ever play Bolt.
Why pay
Um,
2? So why pay 2 mana for 4 damage, which is 2 damage per mana, when you can
Okay.
get 3 damage for 1 mana?
But realistically, I hope to cast my Mizium Mortars as a board wipe, and I just have it. I can cast it for 2 if I need to. Same thing with Psych Rift. You're not playing Psych Rift because it's 1 in a blue bounce a permanent. You're playing Psych Rift because you can overload it and bounce everything, and every once in a blue moon, 4% of the time or less, you go, oh, okay, I just need to remove this thing right now. I can go ahead and single target Psych Rift.
But the thing is, Derek, if you play Psychriv, we're punching you in the teeth.
But again, the thinking is the same, right? So I
True.
play Mizium Mortars hoping that it's a board wipe, and if I need it to kill 1 creature, I have it to kill 1 creature.
True. Now we mentioned a couple of other ones. Chaos Warp
Chaos
is
Warp,
a red staple.
play it in every deck, played in every red deck, 100%,
Yep.
hands down.
Well, not the 5 and 4 color decks. But
Nope, played in every red deck.
No.
yeah, you're wrong, but
It deals with any permanent. It doesn't kill, so it gets around indestructible, and it gets around all of that. It gives them a permanent, but
Derek, you know what else gets around indestructible?
Exile.
Swords to Blooper.
Sure. But yeah, I mean, sure. 5 color deck, probably not. Anything below 5 colors, I'm probably playing Chaos Warp.
I could see it.
Because again, it deals with any permanent. And it doesn't destroy, therefore it gets around all of that indestructible bullshit. All of that. You give them a permanent, doesn't really matter. I mean, realistically,
No.
I want to warp people anyway.
No,
You dirty motherfucker.
there's a thing that it's sort of an ulterior
okay.
use for
So-
Chaos Warp
What?
that Salvador does all the time that I don't really understand, but he will target his own permanent with Chaos Warp just to go, okay, what can I rip off the top? And for some reason, 90% of the time, it works.
I mean,
That's bad.
I do that
don't
in
know
my,
why.
In my polymorph decks.
That's
I'm playing
bad.
red. It's a
Polymorph.
polymorph spell.
Sure.
Some of the time,
Sure.
like
right.
30% of the time.
Sure. Now, I will
Um,
say Wild Magic Surge is better.
Ooh.
This is true.
Right. Now, I'm not playing it. I wouldn't play it in as many decks because it is 2 red pips versus the 1. But I think it is better.
Mhm.
You can, in that way, you can target your stuff more than not.
You cannot.
Correct.
You cannot target your stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
never
a-
mind.
Yeah.
It's a bad
I'd be
card.
busted if you could.
It would be nuts
It
if you
would
could
be
target
another
your
2
own
mana
thing.
polymorph.
Yeah. You could
but
get
okay.
your Ulamog on your deck.
My bad.
Yeah.
But it's good. I
No,
like that one.
It's good in the same vein like Tybalt's Trickery. If I'm playing red
love
and I
Trickery.
can't play
Love
other counter
Trickery.
spells or other removal spells,
Yeah.
I have those there because
Yeah.
if I need to get rid of it, I'd rather get rid of that thing, and then it doesn't matter what they get because that one thing
Unless
is way
they get the
scarier.
same thing.
Yeah, I
Well, yeah.
love Trickery so much,
Um,
dude. Getting Taurus to step into bear traps is so fun, dude. Trickery is fire.
What was that metaphor?
Getting tourists to step into bear traps? What the fuck kind of attraction is this? But okay, speaking of counter spells, right? Real quick, last ones in the red Blast and Pyroblast.
Yeah, they're good.
So good.
I like 'em.
Put those in
Basically
your red decks.
modal.
Yeah.
Basically modal. Doesn't go in every deck. I think I
No.
would only play it in one, in obviously mono red, maybe 2 color decks, and then I'm kind of drawing the line.
CDH is
see,
most
non-
red
this
decks.
is interesting.
I was
Is
gonna say non-blue decks.
Non-blue red decks and CDH play
Non-blue
both.
red decks
Mhm.
because they're counter spells.
yeah.
So I could see that more than usual.
Well, they're counter spells for counter spells.
Going back to blue, like in CDH, I like seeing a lot more Hydroblasts and Blue Blasts.
Ooh,
Those
are
cards,
bad
those are
in
bad
decks, yeah,
cards.
but they stop Docksides.
I
and
was
they
gonna say
stop
the 2 best cards in the
Unrevocations.
format are red.
Who cares?
The two
Counter
best
the thing that
cards-
comes after the dark
The 2
side.
best cards in the format are
It's
red.
kind of the Dockside, so they can't get there.
It's true.
Okay.
Or
It's
kind of
true.
the Emerald Breach, because that's their win condition.
That's also true.
But
Generally, they can't get breach back.
This is true.
just play Wild Magic Surge. It's one more.
Okay, let's move on to green.
Green, Beast Within.
Beast Within. We
mana.
talked about it.
Within.
Done. 3 mana, kill anything, give it
Done.
3/3 beast.
Nature's
Awesome.
Claim. We talked about that.
Nature's
Nature's
Claim.
Claim,
1
we talked
mana,
about it.
Kill an
instant.
One mana,
artifact
instant.
enchantment, gain 4
Exile,
life.
right? No, it's
No,
destroy.
Nature's Claim is destroy.
Yeah, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Its controller gains 4 life. The life doesn't matter. Okay,
Return to Nature.
cool.
We talked about that.
Return to
We
nature.
talked about
Okay.
Fight
So,
spells.
fight spells and bite
Fight
spells,
spells
we kind
and
of
bite
put together.
spells.
They're wildly inefficient, but
Tail Swipe and Ram Through are the best ones.
Ram through
Ram
is the best one.
good.
Because if you're in green,
Um,
most likely the green evergreen keyword is trample.
Yeah,
Most likely you're getting that extra damage value.
yeah.
Otherwise, you're using it on a death touch creature. And
That's good too.
That's really
pretty
the only
good too,
the only
yeah.
time I see fight and bite spells is
yeah.
if you really
Or-
need it.
Or you're playing
Or-
Naiath of the Dire.
Or Knife is great. Yeah,
Well, yeah,
that's
fight
true.
fight
It's
things
built
in
into it.
general. Maraka, the
Ooh.
what's it called? The universes within Zangief.
Yes, right.
I really
so
like that
one.
card.
I like the spinning wheel kick
Yeah, that one.
because
Oh,
they can,
that
because it's
card's good.
multi-target, right? It's
Yeah.
great. It's great.
Mhm.
But okay, yeah. So fight and bite spells. Green has it. Basically played in mono green, or
Yeah.
unless you build your deck around it.
Do we want to talk about
You
plummet
have like
spells?
Gargos. No,
Nah.
those are bad.
Nah.
Killing creature with flying is bad. Just play bolt.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
All right.
But okay, the one that I put on the list that I really want to talk about, it's one of my favorite spells, is Crows and Grip.
You okay?
Ooh.
Crows and Grip.
Bad.
Right.
Bad card.
It's great.
Bad.
It's great.
Why is it bad, Jay?
Boseiyu
'Cause
does
it's-
the same thing, but it's one less mana and on a fucking land, bruh.
Yeah, but it doesn't have split second.
You still can't counter it.
It doesn't matter. The countering isn't what matters,
I can
right?
stifle your Beseiju.
You can stifle Beseiju. You
Play
can
stifle,
also.
Rob.
Nobody,
Okay, but let's.
You're here pulling semantics out of your ass.
So okay, so what
I
are you
can
playing?
stifle.
What are you playing Beseiju to stop?
Good cards.
Okay, but realistically, you're playing it to stop a combo. Realistically, right? Because you have to deal with an artifact or an enchantment, and 90% of the time, it's to stop them from comboing out and winning. Right?
And no one is putting Beseiju in their their $50 pre-con upgrade commander
When
deck.
Beseiju's $50.
Yeah. They're like, here's my budget.
Right? There's
Wait,
that
five
too. That
weeks in
matters.
league for a Beseiju.
Even
That
in a
matters,
budget deck, I would
but-
still not play Crows and Grip.
It's
because
so
there's
good.
so many better versions of
No,
it.
but there's really not. It's the only one, and that's the only reason to play it, and that's the only reason I play it. It's the only one with split second.
True.
I
I have
cannot do anything.
3 minutes
I
so
have
inefficient,
cut
though.
Crows
But
and
it's
Grip
not
from
because
my
you're playing
decks.
Generous Gift.
Yeah,
playing
but Generous
Beast
Gift hits
Within?
everything. It doesn't just hit an artifact or enchantment.
Well,
But it
still.
doesn't matter. If you need artifact and enchantment removal, it's to stop a combo piece or a piece that you really need gone.
And usually
And
in
just make sure that
green,
they can't do anything.
in green, you're using Beast Within to kill an artifact or enchantment.
Yeah, you don't use the kill creatures.
Yeah.
You usually have
very,
bigger creatures.
Very rarely, someone else is going to take care of this scary creature because they're also threatened by it.
Right, right.
Um,
So it's generally for artifacts and enchantments anyway.
I have cut Crows and Grip from a lot of my decks.
I have
but
too.
it's also because I don't play a lot of green.
Yeah.
So like when I get like my Hobbits deck, it's Abzan. I'm playing really cheap removal because the deck is really cheap. It's really low mana cost. In my mono green deck, I don't know. I actually have to check if I'm playing Crows and Grip or not.
I mean, again, it's only in like 2 of my decks, and it's decks that fold really softly to combos.
Yeah, and I
Right?
get
And
that.
where
like,
I go, I have to have an answer to stop somebody from Aether Flux Reservoir me. I have to stop somebody from Bolus Acetylene. Right? Like that's the only reason.
I got you.
Now,
So-
when I first started
Okay, let's
playing
move on to the next one.
Crows and Grip was in...
What you got, Jace?
When I first started playing Crows and Grip was in every single one of my green decks. I thought
Yep.
it was great. I thought it
It
was
is
awesome.
Yep, it is awesome.
But I came to learn 3 mana is a lot of mana.
I know. I did the same thing, and
Three
I
mana
started,
for
that's,
just
that's why I
artifact and
started putting
enchantment?
Nature's Claim in.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
it's 1 mana.
Nature's Claim is a better card.
Yeah, this is
For
true.
sure. 100%.
I do
1000%.
like the resilience that Crows and Grip has.
Yeah.
And especially the pretty art from
Dude,
Strixhaven.
the Mystical Archive is
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good.
So that is a big reason for me to
It's so
want to play it
good.
in decks. It's just usually my removal, like I said in the beginning, my removal is split between cards in my deck. Even my elf deck, I'm playing Rexage over any of the other ones.
For sure.
I'm playing. Oh, what is the guy?
Foundation Breaker?
I
Well,
love
there's that Foundation
Foundation
Breaker in your graveyard based deck.
Foundation Breaker.
In my Infect deck, I had the guy.
What guy?
What
Yep,
is his
the
name?
guy. Mhm.
I
guy,
can't remember his
You'll
name.
see him right here.
Guy
Right?
Fieri, man.
Here,
Linda,
Linda.
get the guy.
Get the guy.
I can't remember his name. It's
Vein of Progress?
It's the 3/2 from Phyrexia All-Will-Be-One.
Cankerbloom.
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 In my
Ooh.
proliferate deck, I had Cankerbloom
Okay.
in there.
I
'cause
love
it-
Cankerbloom. It's
it
better
could kill
Outland Marauder.
Artifact that or that.
Not
Okay.
Outland
Outland
Marauder. What's
Marauder
the card?
it is Outland Marauder.
Okay.
I do like that one. I mean, the Caustic Caterpillar.
Caustic Caterpillar.
You know, if I
Caustic
need
Caterpillar
creatures
is
in
so
my
good.
yard, I'm gonna play
Fantastic.
those effects
So
over.
good in Marin.
Frozen
So good in
Grip.
Ooh,
Muldrotha.
yeah.
Like in my Grist deck, that's why I had Caustic Caterpillar
Yeah.
for.
Oh, you built Grist? I didn't know you had a
It's a
Grist.
long ass time ago.
Long ass time ago.
I might rebuild it. That
Couldn't
secret
been,
layer
couldn't been
art's
that
sweet.
long. It was only 3 years
Yeah.
ago.
I can't read the card, but the art is sweet.
Get the rainbow foil, bro.
Okay.
Anyways,
Last section. Let's wrap up multicolored. And then we'll call this episode.
Jace
Jace.
already professed his love for Assassin's Trophy
And Abrupt
Assassin's Trophy
Decay.
and Abrupt Decay. They're
Abrupt
both
Decay is better,
fantastic.
but I love both.
Trophy is better.
we're not talking about CDH, Jace. We're not talking about
We're
CDH.
not talking about
It's still
CDH.
better.
Trophy is better.
Okay, Trophy is
hits-
better in casual. I
Trophy
guess
hits
you're right.
anything and it gives them a land. Abrupt Decay can't be countered, and that's real. That's a real thing.
It's the same argument
It's a
for
real
Crows
thing.
and Grip.
It's the same argument for Crows and Grip. It can't be countered.
Yeah, but it's still better.
But mana value 3 or less, you know.
Arguably, Abrupt Decay is worse than Crows and Grip. Because it costs
You
a
are
lot.
right.
wrong. You are
Right?
wrong.
Crows
No,
and Grip
you're not
costs,
using Abrupt
costs
Decay.
2
You
and a
are
green.
wrong.
There's no way
Abrupt
you're
Decay
using
costs
Abrupt
a green and a
Decay
black.
to
That's
kill
2
you.
different pips. If I only have green mana and I'm flooded,
There's no way you're using
I
Abrupt
can't
Decay to
cast
kill a
Abrupt Decay.
creature. There's no way. And a green black deck.
You know,
there's
let me
no
list
way.
creatures that I would kill with Abrupt Decay.
Hey,
Llanowar Elves.
Asshole.
all right, green black, we've got that
Okay.
covered.
So, Anguish Unmaking is the best multicolored
Yes.
single target spell.
Mm.
Exile, you lose their life.
Lose
Any
their life.
permanent.
Well, in Asterix
Non-land
in
permanent?
casual.
it is a non-land permanent, I think.
Non-land permanent? Okay. 3
Um,
life.
Asterix in casual. But
I played in my casual deck.
Sure.
As-
Yeah.
I
He's
know.
saying only in casual.
Only in casual.
You can't afford the 3 mana in CEDH.
Yeah,
you
that's
can't.
true.
You
That's
can't
a lot.
afford 3 mana for a removal spell. 2 is the max, and 2 is pushing it. Right, 2 is pushing it.
Yeah.
But in casual, yes, Anguish Unmaking is great. Vindicate's playable. Mortify is
Vindicate.
playable, but this is just a better version of it.
There is a way better
Sure,
version.
it's a lot more expensive.
My favorite version is Fracture.
I love Fracture.
Ooh,
Fracture's so good.
White and
Fracture's
black's
good.
great.
I picked up a
Yeah.
couple foils then from the
Fracture's
bulk.
great.
Just a
Um,
black and white killer artifact,
yeah.
enchantment, or planeswalker.
I kind of.
How do you guys
in
feel
that-
about what is that? The monocolored permanent one from Strixhaven?
Oh, Vanishing Verse.
Vanishing
bad.
Verse.
In
I don't like it.
CDH, it's decent. In
I don't
Casual
like it.
Commander,
It's
nah.
bad.
People are playing multicolored commanders,
Yeah.
and you want to kill their commanders.
It's
Can't
bad.
kill their commanders.
But the other white black one that I really like that we forgot to put on the list is
Utter End.
Not a bad.
no, that's 4 mana.
It's 4 mana Vindicate.
D-Spark.
D-Spark is nice.
Spark is great.
D-Spark.
What is it?
Yeah,
It's
that
a
card's
non-land
good.
permanent 4 or greater?
Yeah, 4 or greater.
Card's good.
Exile.
That's
White
pretty good.
black. It's great.
All right,
okay.
that's white black covered. What's
we
next?
got Terminate and Dreadbore for red black.
Fuck
They're
Sure.
both great.
Good cards. Auto
Terminate's
include
better,
and any non-5
but-
color. Or sometimes 5 colors too.
Terminate's better just because it's instant speed.
Yeah,
Dreadbore's
Dreadbore doesn't
sorcery.
see
Dreadbore's
any play
great.
anymore.
Nah.
And like I
Played
said,
it in Modern
that
back in the
Planeswalker
day.
clause, not
Doesn't really
not
matter.
relevant.
0.1% of the time,
Um,
baby.
True.
There's another red black one, Fire Covenant. I've been putting into my
Ooh.
Fire
casual
Covenant's
decks.
multi-target.
Oh, that's
There's no
so-
way you're playing.
that's right.
You're paying 3 mana on 1 life to kill his Llanowar Elf.
I'll give you three more creatures that kills.
List of cards I would
Birds of
kill.
Paradise, Elvish Mist, Infinite Wealth.
Jesus Christ.
I picked up another one.
Okay,
that was
last
amazing.
couple
Yeah.
ones that I put on here are the commands. Prismari command.
Okay.
Kolaghan's
Kolaghan's
command.
I
Um,
really like it. Riveteer's Charm.
Riveteer's
Riveteer's
Charm.
Charm.
Yeah.
Riveteer's Charm is good. It's an edict, and it draws you cards, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The
That one's
Bant
pretty
one is good too. It
I
kills an enchantment.
like the Bant one. It's good because it kills an enchantment. Yeah.
Mardu Charm is pretty good.
That
and
one's,
Jeskai Charm too.
I think
the
the
Martyr
Bant-
Charm is less good because that one makes you creatures.
Yeah.
It shoots something for 2, and then what's the other one?
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I think it burns something. I had that one in my Exodus deck for a while because it made the creatures and it did other stuff. It just
Yeah.
for 3 mana for that one.
This one is a card I'm not sure I'll ever get a chance to talk about in an episode, and it really doesn't fit.
All right,
Crackling,
we'll see you next week.
crackling
Dude.
dude.
Crackling
Oh, it's my
Doom.
favorite Mardu spell. In the game.
That
Fucking
is
love that card.
that one will have to go in the multi.
So good.
I don't think
Multi-target.
it's not
Love it.
multi-target.
It doesn't
Yes, it
target,
is.
but
It doesn't target,
deals
but
multiple
it,
things.
It's in Commander. It's
And that's what
it's
I
creatures.
prefaced in the beginning is that multi-target we mean
Deal with
deals
multiple
with multiple
targets.
things.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
have
guess
to
if that's
target.
the
But
difference.
it does deal with 3 creatures.
3 of their
in
biggest
Commander.
creatures.
Right. So good. Love that card.
Well,
Love that
Crackling
card.
Doom
Standard.
Any
fun.
Mardu
It
Plus
used to
deck
be the
goes in.
scariest card in Standard,
Mm-hmm.
other than Seed Rhino.
And now it's an
Oh
uncommon.
yeah, fucking Caesar Rhino. God damn it.
Yeah, it was uncommon.
No, it's an
was a
uncommon
rare.
now. It was a rare,
It
but
was
now
a
it's
So
rare
is it
when it came
reprinted
out.
at Uncommon?
It was
Yeah.
a double Master
Oh
Sword
yeah, okay.
as uncommon, which is
That's true.
busted for limited.
Yep.
All right. Well,
That's pretty much it, right?
we
Yeah,
got
man.
anything else, boys? What did we learn, Jace? What did we learn?
Yeah, what did we learn today, guys? Well, we learned that
Ow. Marissa? Band-Aid?
Call the doctor.
you should put Lightning Bolt in every one of your red decks.
Yep.
No, God
We've learned that
damn it.
Dismember is the best removal spell.
Yep.
We've learned that Pongify is a blue staple.
Nope.
And we've learned that Path to Exile and Swords to Plowshares are the worst
They
cards in
fucking
Commander.
suck.
Oh, Lord. Thank you so much for watching. You can
Yeah, man.
find all of our socials down in the description below in YouTube. If you're on a podcasting app, go to YouTube or find us at Twitter.
And you know what? If
And
you're on
Instagram.
YouTube,
Twitter?
Don't find us at Twitter. Don't look for us there.
and you know what? If you're
Find
on
us
YouTube,
on Instagram.
God damn it,
Instagram,
TikTok,
TikTok,
all that
TikTok.
sort of stuff.
Not all that sort
YouTube.
of stuff. Just TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
all your podcasts.
All of your podcasting
podcast
places. You're probably
channels.
listening to them now.
Yep.
Go ahead and like and subscribe if you enjoyed what we talked about. And tell us what your
Yeah.
favorite removal spell is down in the
Single
comments.
target.
Single target, not
Single
multi-target.
target.
If it hits multiple things, I'm deleting it.
Also, tell
And if
us
it's
who
deadly-
you voted for
and if
during the
it's-
2020 election.
I'm Rafa.
I've been Derek.
I'm not
At some
Chase.
point.
Thank you so much for watching.
And fuck you, Linda.
Bye.